and welcome to this new episode of Continuum Gaming, and in this episode we are going to have a look at 3 different Windows 10 mobile games again. And today those games are going to be Guess the Emoji, Defend Your Fortune and Cinderella Magic Match. My name is Gerald. As always, I've got a couple of different things with me, which are in general this Bluetooth mouse, which is just a Bluetooth mouse you can connect to anything that enables Bluetooth and work with it there. That's pretty fine. I'm going to use my Foldable keyboard, same thing, it has a Bluetooth connection too. And in general there could be the Xbox One as wireless controller and stuff like that, but we're not going to use that in this episode, so I'm not going to show it off. And of course everything is done by this Windows 10 mobile smartphone, which is a Lumia 950 XL with a Mozo cover at the back, and it's connected by USB-C with my display dock, which is essentially an USB hub today, and that one is here, and it's connected with the big display, so the TV you see as a background, and you can already see it's going to give us some kind of a desktop-like experience, so we can use the mouse and everything here to move around and more or less use this like you would use a desktop PC. It's not a desktop system, so don't confuse that. It's still a Windows 10 mobile system, but it's more or less something that you can use in this kind of fashion, and it's looking a little bit like it would be a desktop system. If you want to know more about all this, please have a look at the corner there. There are a couple of other videos where I talk about that in depth. And now I would say let's start with the first game. The first game is of course Guess the Emoji, and it's pretty much exactly what you might think it should be. I'm going to go to my all apps list here, and I'm going to put in just guess. That should be enough. Oh, no it's not. It's Guess Emoji. Okay, so let's press on that, and I'm going to show you, interesting, in the game it's Guess the Emoji. The game itself is called Guess Emoji. Okay, whatever. In the end, what you're going to do in this game is more or less you're going to try to figure out the meaning of a combination of different emojis. And in general, you already know about that, so you have to interpret, for instance, let's say the last one, for instance, was an ambulance and a truck, or a fire and a truck, for instance. So a fire, truck, of course, is a combined answer for that. And let's go to the play button, because there's not much more to do. And as you can see, we have the fire clock part, so it could be fire alarm, so fire alert, whatever, something like that. Or it's something different, we will see. What you will have to do now is you will have to just put it in by pressing on these little icons here, so the letters of course. And if you do that, as you can see, we should put in alarm probably. So let's see. If we do that, there we go. We have more or less figured it out. It's a fire alarm, so a fire emoji and a clock emoji together. Let's play one more. As you can see, you will get some kind of money for that, which you can, for instance, pay with in the store you saw at the start. Not much to see there, but this is more like that. This would be no smoking or something, probably very easy. Don't know if that isn't too easy, maybe even. We will see. Smoke would be good if I could write everything. Yeah, okay, work too. So no smoking sign, more or less. Some of them are very basic, others are pretty hard to guess. Face bug or something, I'm not sure. This might be a ladybug probably, because this is a lady emoji and this is a bug, so ladybug makes sense. Even more because this is a ladybug, so maybe that's pretty easy to solve, but we will see if that is the right one. So let's get that done there. Just go in the right order, of course, if you're clicking on the stuff here. And we need a B, there we go, and U, G, ladybug. And like that, we got one more coin here to work with. And so you can go on and try to figure out all the different meanings. It's fun to do, it's not hard to do or anything. You can play it as a pretty of course you should know how to spell and stuff like that, so maybe you should be something like I don't know, 10-year-old or 8-year-old or something, but after that you should be able to play this and it's fine. Toilet paper, of course. And yeah, like this, you can easily play this game. It's fun to play, it's really something that you should try out, and of course, as always, you will find the link to the game itself in the description of the video down below. And yeah, that's the first game. Let's have a look at the second game. The second game is one that is much harder to understand and much harder to play. I didn't figure it out totally, I just want to show it to you so you get the link and you can play it. In the end, what you're going to do here is, it's a card game and you're going to play against other opponents on the internet. And it's still working. So Defend Your Fortune is the name of it, and I'm going to go to the All Apps list here, go in here, put in Defend. Let's see, and I wrote it wrong. There we are, Defend Your Fortune, there we go. If I click on that, you will of course go into the game itself. What we are going to play here is more or less against different other players. You are going to try to get their money from them, of course. And what you're going to do is you have a couple of different cards you're going to play, which are more or less a little bit played like Uno cards or something like that. But you will see what I'm talking about in a second. As you can see, you can play it with friends, you can play it online or offline. So if you want to play it offline to just figure out how to work it, that's fine. Playing online means you have to wait for the other players, and it's a little bit of an awkward situation then. So we are going to play it maybe offline, I'm not sure. Yeah, why not? Let's play it offline. And as you can see here, you can now select how many different people you want to play with. Let's say we want to play with 2 different other people, or maybe 3 if we are one of them. Probably let's do 3. And here you can, for instance, say, hey, I want to put in the pot more or less 50 bucks of mine. And this is more or less, you have a certain amount of money that will be given to you, and after that you will have to handle with that and play against other players. Of course, if you put more into the pot, you get more out of it if you win it, but you will lose more. So you will have to figure out what's the right amount there. Okay, so you're that guy, and we have a couple of other people that are playing against us, of course. As you can see, you have 1 coin here, or 1 card more or less, which is open, and there's this pile of cards, and you have 4 different cards on your hand more or less. So this is the hand part, this is the one everybody can see, and this one would be if you need another one and you want to draw some. This is more or less done when one of your hand cards isn't there anymore. And what you want to do here is, you of course want to get as much money as you can. That can be done in a couple of different ways. One of them is, of course, or some of them which I figured out, is that you can, for instance, get the exactly same card, put it on the pile too, and then you get a pair. You can do that at yourself, so with your own part here, and you can do it with the other cards you're going to see there. Let's say we are putting out our 20,000 home. This is of course much money. You want to leave your fortune in, as you can see, so the name of the game is Defend Your Fortune. As you can see, somehow he grabbed that, which is fine. And now you need to more or less put something else on there. Let's do it like this. Hopefully they're going to put something in here. Now this is a pile they are trying to defend more or less. And what you want to do is you want to more or less get their money, their cards more or less. And for that you will have to do a couple of different things. One is, for instance, that you can now... Come on, I sort of can do that. Can't I? Probably not. Okay. Well, they are going to grab cards from you, you can grab cards from them, depending on how you are playing, of course. We have a vintage card. Can't I? I think I can match that. Why can't I? I'm not sure at the moment. Oh, I think I have to put it here. Is that the case? No. It's really hard for me to understand this game. If you want to really start playing this in a better way, so let's do a couple here. A pair is always good, so we are going to use a pair. which is helping us. If you want to understand this game in a better way, there is a pretty extensive manual for it. I still didn't get it to the fullest, but if you go to, I think, this part, yeah, there we are, you can see there are a couple of different options, and one of them is more or less the instruction manual. If you click on that, you can read through everything here. Make a pair, steal a pair, discard a card. This is more or less what you are going to try to do here. And of course, if you want to have a look at the second one too, that's very important too. It's called the rules of the game. So here you can see which kind of cards there are, how you should play and how many cards are in the game, how many you have on the hand and so stuff like that. That is more or less all described here. You can read through all of them, and if you are into card games, it's a really nice one. I really like it, but I think it's pretty hard to understand which kind of actions you can do all. Just try it out for yourself, I would say, because otherwise this video is going to take very, very long, and I think we shouldn't do that. So let's have a look at the last game for this episode. It's called Cinderella Magic Match. It's a 3-match game with a story behind it, so let's have a look at that, and I'm going to turn around to show you everything. So, same as always, I'm going to go to my all ads list, and now let's have a look at the search function again. I'm going to put in Cinderella. I think that should be fine. No, it's not. Give me a sec. Let's search for match then. It's always a problem. It's Aschenputtel, yeah, there we go. Aschenputtel Match 3, it's more or less a direct translation of Cinderella. It's Aschenputtel, so everything is fine, but it's a little bit hard to find sometimes like this, so be careful how you name it, how you search for it. It's going to work anyway. As you can see, it's a pretty extensive Match 3 game with a nice little soundtrack here and stuff like that. So everything is really, really nicely done. The graphics are nice, or let's say the drawings or whatever. And it's really a pretty fine game for what it is. If you like this kind of match 3 story games, this might be one for you. Takes a little too long at the start, that's normal for this game. And after a while you should see something more. Here we go. In the menu, as you can see, we have a couple of different options. One of them, of course, is to go really into the menu and have a look. So if you don't want any kind of music, sounds, or any kind of more or less alerts, I would highly recommend you to get rid of this one. And if you do that, then you should be able to play the game. The other ones, of course, mute them or mute them not, whatever you want to do there. I will leave them in because I think it's a fine thing to have. I'm not sure what this button does, probably showing you some kind of advertisement. This one is going to close the game, so we are just going to click on this and have a look what's going on here. So in the end, as you can see, we are now in our task menu. As you can see, there's probably Cinderella or whoever that should be. We have a little fella who is helping us and a couple of different very magical stuff here. And he's just going to tell you, hey, please fix this. Okay, let's do that. It's the first capital, of course, or the first topic in here. And we want to more or less get something done. The clock in the middle should be fine or should be done. And for that, we are going to put in the key, open it up, and we have one of the parts here solved more or less. Okay, cool. So, very easy at the start, of course, as all of these games are. And after that one is here and we have the magic flowing again or whatever, everything is fine. And yeah, she's talking to us that more or less this kind of clock is going to open a portal to another world where we will have to help. And yeah, so he's going to tell us, hey, it's always wonderful, and I love it to go to the other side of the mirror. So all the different mirrors are going to be different worlds, more or less. And in 300 years, he never got the same one at the same time, or the same one again, more or less. And so let's try it out. Click on it. It's of course a smaller story-driven one. As you can see, we have another story which is going on there. And this is more or less the fun part about it. So which kind of little stories you're going to see here, you can really have a look at that and see what's going on. And just to let you know, if you're not that much into story mode stuff, just go to auto dialogue and he's going to really switch through this, and you are not going to have to listen to it or read it all if you don't want to. And of course you can go with a jump or skip functionality there to just jump over them. That's all fine. And now let's have a look at the game itself. So just run into the mirror now as we did there, and let's see what's going to happen here. So give it a little bit of time to load, and as you can see we are more or less driving to another world somewhere, and here we are. There was this crying girl more or less, and in this case it's Cinderella, or Aschenputtel in German, who is doing something or has a problem, and so we have to help her. There is a mirror and there's our little fella, which we are going to work around with and try to help. As you can see, it's more or less at the storyline where Cinderella has more or less, she wanted to go to the celebration too, to find her prince and stuff like that, but it didn't work out because her mother-in-law, right? Yeah, I think so. Her mother-in-law and no, not the mother-in-law. It's not the right expression, but you know what I mean. It's more or less the new wife of her father. She and her children more or less destroyed her dress there, and that's of course not the best thing to do. Whatever. And she's just asking why she had to suffer through this more or less. And now we have a small little task. The first task is we need to brush this one. And to do that, you always have to play small little games. And those games are the match games. So in the end you can play this a lot, and you will have a lot of different storytelling around it. And after a while you are going to be in a match game where you're going to have to match different kinds of elements here. You all know this and how this is done more or less. We have rocket boosters and stuff like that coming on here, so they're going to tell you and help you a lot what to do in this situation. There we go, double click does open that up, and as you already can see we have to bring him to the money there. Okay, let's do that. That can be done by just creating different kinds of parts here with, or better to say, different kinds of pop-ups or power-ups in the end, which are going to help you to run through and do everything here. So, and after a while we have this more or less through it, and we want to do something. So let's try that out. You will have to create as many power-ups as you can in general in this kind of games, just to make sure that you really can do everything here in the right way. And as you can see, we got another part open. Let's do that again. It was probably a bad decision because there are those little step parts. You will have to get all the different step parts to let him walk, more or less. So let's see and try to get them. Like this, we have one more step he could do. And now, where is the last one? The last one is up here, so let's see what we can do with that. Pretty easy to get that. We will just have to drag it down, and he is more or less at his aim. So, perfect. Other than that, there might be different kinds of aims. Like you can see there, we have to still get 6 of those stars, so it shouldn't be too hard to do, but let's try that. There we go, already there. And now we have those, more or less, what is it? It's a Rubin in German. I'm not sure what it would be in English, but in the end, all those heart-shaped ones, let's say it like that, are going to help us too. And should be pretty easy as it seems too. So let's do that one. Nice one. And we have, of course, a couple of different power-ups here, so try them too, and we just need one more, so it's pretty easy to do. Here we go, we got it. And now I think everything is fine. We got this little small side quest more or less, or the one game we should play here, and the story is going to go on. She's very happy that we helped her. Hey, perfect, thank you. And here we got our first moon. The moon is more or less like an energy park. Yeah, and now you would have to go on and try to play other games here, play all the different stuff through, to sooner or later at least get all the different things. You see there are different kinds of power-ups in this game and other stuff you can play, and try this out more in depth. But I think it's a nice little one. Try it out, and as always, find the link down below. Other than that, thank you for watching, thank you for listening. I hope you had a great time with this episode. If you liked it, of course, there's a thumbs up button, please press on that. And other than that, if you like to subscribe, please do that. And if you have any kind of questions, comments, whatever, put them down below into the commentary section. I'm trying to answer them all. Other than that, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, see you around, and till the next episode. Bye. Bye.